you guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test. Test.
Test.
Test. Test. I mentioned, Dean, one of the things I watched was the Dancing for the Devil was that documentary on TikTok about the 7M. It's like a church, right? So just again, very fascinating stuff here. So it got you and I talking even last evening about, cults in general. It's interesting how people can get involved in them and get involved in cult-like things, I guess.
What exactly are you trying to say? We're not trying to promote. We don't want to say cults are bad. Fuck that. The cults are bad. Goddamn, people drank Kool-Aid and died from them. Come on.
Yeah,
who are you trying to be nice to? The cult leader that's living next door? What the hell?
Yeah, that was a terrible segue into our question here. So,
I'm like, where the hell is he going? He's trying to apologize for?
I don't even know. Yeah. Meanwhile, donate to the cult of convincing idiots.
That's right.
Yeah, we were attempting to start one in Brazil, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me tell you this, everybody. Cults are not something you want to get involved with. They're bad. They're really bad for your soul.
That's
Anyways,
right.
I would like you to send us some money, and we will give you a T-shirt. You can listen to us all the time. Give us money.
Or go to hell.
Straight down.
Yeah. No, all I was trying to say is that we, certainly we're not interested in cults that are harming people. It just is how people can get into something like that.
Yes,
so we looked at one. That's it, right? Yeah. We looked at a definition last night about cults, and one of them was it's a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing, like a cult of personality, right?
Yeah.
So, certainly there's cult-ish type behavior and fascination with a lot of different figures out there, politically and otherwise, So there's not really a question here other than just our thoughts about cults and...
Here, can I
go
put
ahead,
it
please.
differently? Okay.
Help me out,
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sinking here, yeah.
Our question of the week, our question of the week is cult. What the fuck?
There you go.
So, Brian, like you said somewhere in that rant there, and it was in there somewhere.
If you're listening, this has probably been edited out by 10 minutes
right.
at least. So
you have no clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, like we said last night, what does it take? The human mind. I know they probably, and not probably, they have done psychological evaluations and looked into all of this, what it takes the human brain to give up everything for one person or one group, so to speak. Just cults in general. It fascinates me, and I know it fascinates you. Hence you watched the documentary. But like, why? Where does your brain have to go? It's kind of like almost. I have the same question with drugs, and I was asking this one person this one time. They had just OD'd the. I'll say I was a jailer for over a decade, and at the local jail, and I would book people in, and I would have time to have actual conversation with them. And I'd asked this girl, I said, she had just OD'd and was Narcan back a week before, and she's in there again today for drugs and stuff. And I asked her, I said, why? You at a certain point, because I knew you when we were younger, and you obviously weren't on drugs as a kid. But at a certain point, you have to have that needle. I mean, it's a whole process. You have to wrap the rubber band thing around, and you have to. There are very, very pivotal moments in this situation where you have to stop and go, I'm, for the first time, about to do heroin.
Mm-hmm.
How does one get there? How does one get there? And her response, and I think that this is prudent to also people in cults, maybe not all of them, just like her response might not be prudent to all drug users. She said that you have to hit the lowest point in your life. You have to, she said, I was at the point to where I didn't care what the result was going to be. I just wanted the pain of life to be over, whether it's what could be an overdose, a death, or the euphoria for an hour. She said she was at the end of everything. She was at the end of her rope. It is the bottom. That is your rock bottom. You are hitting the lowest point. And I think that's also what cult leaders and people they recruit look for, are people that are mentally or maybe even financially or whatnot at their lowest point. Because I think when you're at your lowest point, you'd be amazed on what you do when you've given up, right? Like I joined a podcast, so I mean, look at me. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, it's maybe that's where a lot of people have to start, in getting in these cults is being at their lowest point.
Yeah, that's probably true for some, I'm sure. I think certainly a part of it too is just a yearning of some type of sense of belonging.
Okay. Yep.
Like maybe wherever you were, you just didn't feel like maybe you really belonged, but you're with like-minded people all in this thing together. And you certainly have that in common, whatever it is that you're doing and who you're around each other, whatever whether it be you're worshiping something or believing in something, or you're really striving, because whatever you're going for, whatever if it's a person or a belief or whatever it is that you're interested in, you all are vying for that together, and as that sense of fellowship and community, as maybe some might view it as so screwed up or whatever. Hopefully it's not harmful, to
well,
you.
But you also have that cult personality that can talk you into the building, right?
Well, sure, absolutely.
Either if you've hit your low point, or you're just looking for a community or friends or whatnot, you have to have that one person. Nobody just goes, "Hey, we'll come join this cult." Everybody goes, "You know what? Fuck, I ain't got nothing to do until like noon." So yeah. No, you have to be talked in. You have to have that person. First, the person, whatever recruitment, if you're not talking to the actual cult leader, and then the cult leader is going to give whatever speech and rah-rah, and this is me, and this is everything. So, you have to have that charisma, I think, on top of what we've already said.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, it seems like a lot of cult leaders or people that are, they are purposely manipulating people for whatever reason.
Oh, sure.
Power,
that's what I said last night.
Or some combination of those things. So
my three things that I think that people that like cult leaders and cult personalities strive for. They do this for three reasons: power, sex, and money.
Mm-hmm.
Though one or all of those three things is what people like that strive for. And when you get, I don't want to say gullible, because that's kind of, you're fucking up the victim who's in a bad place. They're going for unfortunate people. That's a nice way to put it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That are not in the best state of mind. And I think when you're in that not state of mind, you will listen to everything and everybody. that it's the mirage that you see.
Mm-hmm.
And you are way too far into the desert before you realize you're not drinking water, you're drinking sand.
Does social media make it worse these days?
In what aspect?
Just the ability to create more cult-like following, whether it be political or otherwise. Let's put it. We're not really political show, but just I know you and I talk
Sure.
offline. It's like the whole Trump thing is fascinating,
Right.
in many respects. Where certainly there's a lot of people who are definitely very intelligent people who just have a belief, and they're not for what the Democrats are stand for. They want something different politically. Oh, that's fine. So. But there are others that seem like, to us anyway, that Trump just can't do any wrong. Whatever's going on in court or otherwise, there's always something. He's never in the wrong. There should not be accountability. It's always, but yet it's fed out there by him and news outlets, etc., where it just fuels that frenzy, that I want to say disbelief, but it just fuels that behavior in believing all these things. I don't know. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
It starts with the cult of personality. It starts with the charisma. I mean, whatever you think of the guy, he has a certain type of charisma that makes people want to believe in him and follow him. Mm-hmm. Just like Hitler had the same thing, right?
Sure.
Jim Jones had the same thing. All these people, doesn't have to be a technical cult. Everybody, will believe in that guy that not everybody, but all the, followers will believe in this guy leading them, or girl leading them. And does the media help? Of course not. Or let me rephrase that. They help him, or they help, other movements, because it's not just Trump. There's other people like him around the world.
Sure.
And he's not an anomaly. He is he's taking advantage of the times.
Mm-hmm.
People are looking for the water, and he's the mirage. With social media, or the media itself, even, right? Certain media outlets are following him as well, so they purposefully, stoke the fires and ring the bells and, get, everybody on the same page. So, he has help. He has help.
I know. It's just I don't think there's probably no going back. So when he eventually is out of power, somebody else will be there. Could be on one political side or the other, and it just the ability to reach thousands, millions of people on social media. It's just too easy to do, and if you can gain a following, there's going to be more and more of this type of stuff where folks are out there that, again, like I said, they're looking for something. They're looking for something to believe in. They're looking for some type of belonging, community. And folks will fall into some of this stuff here, and I don't know. It's just going to continue. It'd be much easier to fall into something like this as we go forward.
But don't get me wrong, Brian, and anybody listening. This isn't just a right problem. The right-wing problem.
Sure.
You could easily have a cult of personality on the far left that comes along that gets people just as crazy and fucked up and following them in into a wall, so to speak. It's not just a right wing thing. It's not a side to side thing. It just right now it happens to be, Republicans on the right following Donald Trump. And again, I'm only versed in what's happening politically in our country, and I'm sure there's other countries, and actually I do know that there are other countries that have these types of leaders that have these followers doing the same thing.
Sure.
But think about it this way. This just came to me. If you want to look at it, it's not just politics or religion or actual cults, right? If you're either going to cut off your nuts and wear sneakers, or you're going to drink Kool-Aid and die in a field somewhere. No, break it down. There are so many smaller cults, and like when you were making the reference earlier about the good, we're okay with the good cults. There's good cults out there, so to speak. If you think about it, like bands that have like die-hard fans.
Well, that's cult-like behavior too.
That's cult-like behavior.
Sure, absolutely. Like
there are
Grateful Dead
followers,
and bands like that, where they just that's what they do. It's a whole lifestyle. They follow the band around. Sure. Yes, that's definitely cult-like. That's for sure.
And again, that's not hurting anybody.
Nope.
It's just like-minded people getting, that follow religiously the one thing or one group or one person. There's YouTubers that have cult-like followings.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fuck, we strive for it, but
yeah, like a Tony Robbins type folks that are out there too, that are motivational speaker type people, but they're smart enough though. They know that they're promoting and what they're putting out there. I mean, I'm sure they're probably in many respects actually trying to help people, but they also know it's a brand, that they are a brand.
They're not stupid.
Their message is a brand.
Yep.
They're bringing in money and people willing to spend on whatever programs and different things that they're offering. I'm sure they have retreats and this and that and the other too.
Yep.
And it all, like you say, is one of your three things there you just mentioned: money, power, and
sex.
Or sex. Yep. That's it. Yep. I don't know.
And again, going back to the political thing, it's, Donald Trump is the extreme of that.
Mm-hmm. If
you just break down politics in general, both parties have cult-like followings, Democrats or Republicans. There are people out there that identify, that they go around going, I am a Democrat, I am a Republican, and not, I voted for a Democrat, I voted for a Republican. No, it's their fucking life. I get it if that literally is your life, like if you work, but I get that. That's one thing, but like somebody who just is living day to day, but like it just follows blindly one of the two parties. That's cult-like.
That's true too. You're right. And some of that could be driven just by the extreme dislike of the other side, if you will. Right. Yeah. So guarantee it's like someone may have such a disdain for, right now, Biden or Trump, that they don't want to believe if your side, if your candidate is not looking the best for whatever reason.
Right.
Whether it be, just as legal troubles or, beliefs or age or whatever, you're not going to believe that your candidate could be in the wrong or whatever it is because of the, your hatred of the other side or whatever it is. I don't know. Well,
it's the extreme, like extremes on both sides. Not even just, all right, let's go outside of the Republican or Democrats, just the social extremes. People on the right are just out their extreme devotion to this right wing agenda, and then also, if you look on the opposite side, this left wing extreme agenda. extreme of anything, excess of anything is not good. We've been taught that our entire lives.
Right.
Yet we're all growing up and choosing the extreme of something and going way, way too far.
Right.
I know it's been like this for, a very long time. But at a certain point, when is logic going to take over and we literally find out, holy shit, there's a middle and we can meet there? Until that happens, we're fucked.
Yeah. It's going to be a while, man. It'll be a while. I don't know. Well, all I know is that...
I'll drink about it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, we don't advocate any of this. And, although we were made aware that...
drinking, I'm totally advocating for it.
No, but the folks in Brazil are seeking to make a likeness of me, similar to the Jesus statue I'm talking about in Rio, but on a much smaller hill.
It's like a molehill, and your arms won't be out. You just had one scratch in your ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I give it the approval for that, but it's for the fans.
Bureaucracy just taking over, making it, slowing things down to get the statue made.
Yep, that's it. So, all right. Well, interesting topic, interesting conversation, sir. We're going to go ahead.
One last thing on it, and then we can move on. And all of you listening out there, all of you watching out there, remember this: we're idiots. These are our opinions. I'm right, but ultimately, it doesn't fucking matter. What you think doesn't fucking matter. What he thinks, what she thinks, doesn't fucking matter. We're on a spinning ball in the middle of space, and I'm stealing this from someplace else. I've heard it, but the Earth is like a dog, and we are fleas. Sooner or later, it's just going to shake us off. So, if you want to choose to go around in anger until you get shaken off, well, what a miserable existence that is.
Right.
I meant jerked off. That was supposed to be a masturbation rant. Sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
No, that's all. If you are seeking a sense of belonging, join us, idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Each and every week. Feel stupid with us.
That's right.
For an hour or two.
If that ain't a goddamn T-shirt, I don't know what is. Yeah. Feel stupid with us.
I like it.
Come feel stupid with us. Convincing idiots.
There you go. tpublic.com. Check it out.
There you go.
It'll be there soon. Yeah. All right, Dee. Well, we're going to take a little break. Try to feel slightly smarter, perhaps. Or not. I don't know.
We've been trying for years.
That's true. Maybe one day we'll get there.
God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Hey there. If you like that video, or if you just like to watch us make fools of ourselves, please like and subscribe to this channel. We really appreciate it, and we hope to see you back here.
Ham gravy.
Two.
This week on Convincing Idiots, you're going to want to listen. You're going to want to watch. We talk about Pat Sajak. His run is coming to an end. And then concerts. All this summer, we have a bunch of bands now.
Okay.
No, I fucked that up. That was backwards in my brain. All right.